everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about aliens, UFOs, and some new documents that just came out. So if you guys are interested in those type of videos, make sure to subscribe, like, and let's get to it. So really cool, a new document that just got released shows a UFO that's completely motionless and looks like a cube. I want you guys to tell me below if you think this is a real UFO or if it's just like a balloon or something in the sky, like maybe a drone, something like that. The U.S. intelligence community have known about this photo and this incident for over 2 years. I think it's kind of cool that so much stuff is starting to come to light this year. I'm not really sure why. It makes me wonder, and I want to hear what you guys think. Do you think they're releasing them on purpose because not as many people are maybe paying attention because of the whole crisis, you know, the health crisis going on? Or do you think they're releasing them slowly because more people are caught on that they are obviously probably real and maybe they don't think as many people would panic? Or do you think, you know, maybe they're made up and it's like a big hoax or something? So I want to know what you guys think below. So 3 government officials confirmed that this photo is real and it came from a task force report. It's actually encountered from a military pilot. He was traveling over the Atlantic Ocean on the East Coast, and he actually took this with his phone because it came so fast that the radar couldn't keep up with it. He describes it as bell-shaped, inverted with ridges. Asked him if he thought it was a balloon, and this is what he says. I'm going to quote it. He said, "Unlike a balloon in similar conditions, the object was completely motionless and unaffected by ambient air currents." So it was just sitting there. It wasn't moving at all whatsoever, as if a balloon would kind of float through the wind and the breeze. Now, I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's called The Phenomenon. It came out recently on Amazon Prime. I think you can get it other places too, but it's the craziest documentary. There's so much information that just came out, and I was watching it the other night and I wanted to make a little bit of a video on it. It was kind of perfect when this story came out about this photo. So I was like, you know what, I'll do them both together. But at the end of the docu, this is, I think personally, the most interesting part of it. So if you can get through the whole docu, my husband kind of fell asleep, so you really got to be into aliens and stuff like that to stick through it. But if you are, it's so interesting. What fascinated me was the story from Zimbabwe, and what's really wild too about the story from Zimbabwe is that it didn't really catch a lot of hype and attention. And to me, out of everything I've heard between alien stories and things like that, this one seems the most legit because there were so many people who witnessed it and little kids, and they all had the same stories. And I think that's really wild when little kids are telling the same stories and they're not exaggerating and dramatizing things. That to me is just like a big flag, like this is real. So I'm going to tell you the story about it. Back in 1994 in Zimbabwe, there was a little town, and these school children had just went out for their morning recess. More than 110 school children and staff who worked there witnessed what they would say and later describe as an alien invasion. It's funny too because the kids, after they had ended up seeing it and started gathering around and talking about it, they ended up describing the aliens that they saw as looking like Michael Jackson, just smaller. And then what they say is that the teachers told them to shut up and not talk about it, and so they ended up going home and they were pretty spooked and pretty scared. And the next day the school ended up receiving a bunch of phone calls from the parents that were worried, saying, "What's wrong with my child? Why is my kid scared?" If they came home so spooked. The teachers were pretty scared too as well. And actually what's weird is that the science teacher had seen it, and the next day people had came to his house telling him not to talk about it, anything like that, or he'll lose his job and that they will make sure to hurt his reputation. The school ended up hiring Dr. Mack to come to the school. He was actually from the US and he was a psychiatrist, to come talk to the kids. And when he came and talked to the kids, it was astonishing. And they actually have it on video, and they play a lot of the videos on the docu. So if you want to see them, watch the docu. I don't want to put them in here because I don't want, I don't know, like copyright and stuff like that. But it's really interesting to see the docus of the little kids. They all described the same exact setting, the same exact story, everything that happened to them the same exact way, which is wild. They all drew pretty much similar pictures of what they saw and what they experienced. Also who came in was Hind. She was a UFO researcher, and she also came in as well to get the kids' accounts. When they asked the kids what the aliens wanted or what was going on, the kids said that they were talking to them telepathically, like they could hear what they were saying in their mind. And basically what the aliens were saying, that technology is going to ruin us. And I want to know what you think about that down below. That's like a whole nother topic. They also talked about saying that the aliens were saying something to them about pollution and harming the earth in that sense. And I mean, they're not wrong, right? Now, what's really wild too is just as this had happened, instantly after, the same thing had happened to school children in Australia. And it's pretty crazy too, in the phenomenon as well, is that they got a bunch of the adults together that were witnesses to this back in 1994, and they still all had the exact same story. None of them were trying to dramatize it more. None of them, you know, had different things that didn't line up or anything like that. It was still the same exact stories and told the same way, described the same way. So I just find that very believable personally. Now, some people believe that these aliens may be people, humans, in the future from now, like living in another dimension, our future selves, trying to come down and warn people, you know, pollution might hurt us, or maybe technology is going to hurt us, and trying to let us know. And it gives me the movie Interstellar vibes a little bit. Let me know if you've seen it. If you haven't, totally recommend it if you're into this stuff. So that's always like a theory, but then it could be them trying to warn us as well. I'm not too sure. I want to know what you guys think. I hope you guys like this video. If you guys want to see more alien stuff, let me know. I love aliens. So I love you guys so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.